Watch the damage just stack, homies.
I want Animal
Watch
Well
it
so
stack.
badly.
Try different weapons. 100% understand that.
I gotta play this from scratch
Dude,
again.
gun is fucking awesome. So right now, what is your favorite? Do
13 trophies?
you like assault rifles? Do you like submachine guns? Do you like shotguns? I like machine guns. Can we launch the game? Got you. I have the Eagle Bear?
The light and the darkness.
No, it's not mine. I was like, what the fuck? I don't have the Eagle Bear. I'll tell you the name. Okay, I got you.
You wanna play Pac Man? Yeah, same here.
That is sweet. For the third time. I love this game. Here's all my exotics.
July 6th, 1938.
Diamondback, Chatterbox, Sweet Dreams.
Oh, that's cool. When Germany annexing Austria,
Oh,
President
Sweet
Franklin D.
Dreams.
Roosevelt
Sweet
proposed an
Dreams.
international conference to meet and come up with a solution for the growing number of Jewish refugees fleeing the Third Reich. Although Roosevelt was not in attendance, himself representatives from 23 countries, 6 more European democratic nations, the Latin American nations, Australia and New Zealand all met in Evian, France from July 6 through July 15, 1938 to discuss the admission of refugees. Aside from the Dominican Republic agreeing to take in refugees for huge amounts of money, none of the countries would budge and solution was never established.
Multifaceted,
March
amazing. This is
1939.
one of the best weapons in the game. I am now I'm playing with the
Samuel, hurry up. You don't want to be late. Yes,
right now
Papa.
I think I know what that is. It makes me so martial weapons.
Have you played this game?
If I'm not mistaken, I forgot what it's called.
Don't forget your homework. I set it right over
Here's
at
all
the
my
table.
arsenal. The rifle. I love it. The assault rifle is a great sniper rifle, but I prefer the
Nice.
rifle.
Come along. I need to open the shop soon.
You get a diamondback. Cool gun. You get the big one. Devastating. I like devastating. Here's your anchor. Vest. Marksman vest. Pallets. I'm gonna put my back right now before I break. But besides that, I highly recommend it. Oh, can I say about tinkering? Over here is the tinkering station. Feel free.
This is really cute.
Just try it back better. I'm still working on it to this day. Also, gear shift. Gear shift is a great element change. Great element change. Hands up, down, great element change. It has that what's a pallet? I forgot the pallet's called. I have the gear shift on. Perfectly measured. Great fucking gun because if you see to the bottom, you have your magazine. That
They're just walking.
immediately weapon damage skyrockets, homie.
Walking, walking, walking.
Put that and fucking gunner together, no doubt you're gonna be shredded. I also have two, but they are level 40, so I understand. Understand. Are you trying to farm
Have a good day at school. I will, Papa. Jacques Adit. I think that's a name. I could run now. Hello, Samuel. We're playing Jacques Adit. Do you want to play? Don't remember how. Don't remember how. It's easy. All you have to do is listen to what I tell you and tell you to do and do it. But only if I say Jacques Adit first. I'll be Jacques, right? Oh, like Simon Says. Touch your nose. Great job. Okay, next one. Jacques Adit. Touch your head. Great job. Okay, next one. Touch your head. Oh man. Touch your ear. Great job. Okay, next one. Touch your nose. That was so much fun, but I have to get to my parents' shop. See you tomorrow. Bye. Rofi. The shop. There we go. Would you mind giving me a hand and help Mr. Grosjean while I finish up here? Yes, Papa. Hello, Sam. I'm looking for a blue tie, a little something for my Easter outfit. Do you think you can find me one for me? Yes, sir. Let me see if I can find one. Good morning. Oh no, this won't do. I'm looking for a blue tie. There we go. I'll be the sharpest man in church. Thank you. Anything else we can help you with? I'll just take the tie for today. Thank you. Well, Well, he's up early because of work.
And he worked at band.
Shoot. I wasn't paying attention. Sorry about that. Head on home and get ready for dinner while I close up the shop. Okay. I got you. Trophy. The letter from Poland. Miss Abramovich, a letter arrived for you from Poland. Oh, for my mother. Thank you, Marie. Do you know what your family would do if Germany starts a war with Poland? I'm not sure. Would you mind watching Samuel for a minute? I need to help Moses close a shop. Of course. There you go. Bulma, what's wrong? Did something happen? It's a letter from Poland. My parents have fled and they have not disclosed their location in case the letter got intercepted. It says they will send another letter when it's safe. Moses, what if another letter never comes? What if they get caught? You can't think like that. Your mother and father are some of the smartest and clearly the bravest people I've ever met. They will make it through this, and we will see them again soon. I hope you're right, Moses. The Jew among thorns. Let's see. So how was school, Samuel? It was good, Papa. That's good to hear. Did you learn anything new? I did. Today we read a Brothers Grimm fairy tale. That's wonderful. I know how much you love stories. Of course, Brothers Grimm. I know all these tales. Which story was? So there was a servant who was leaving his job and he was given 3 coins. As he was traveling to find new work, he met a dwarf who asked him for one of his coins, because the young servant could work for more coins and the old dwarf could not. The boy agrees and gives him a coin. To say thanks, the dwarf offers him 3 wishes. He wishes for a gun that will always hit his target, a fiddle that makes everyone dance when he plays it, and the power to have all his requests followed. He gets all his wishes and keeps going. Soon he comes across a fat man with a big nose and a long beard who says he wants a bird singing in the trees. So the servant shoots it for him and it falls into a bunch of thorns. The man walks into the thorns to get the bird when the servant starts playing his fiddle. The man dances in the bushes, getting all scratched up and tattered, and begs the servant to stop. But the servant keeps making him dance, saying it was because his people owns lots of slaves, and the thorn bushes are pushing him. That's enough. Moses, don't be so harsh. It's just a story. He doesn't know any better. No, Bulma, he needs to learn that this propaganda is not right. Did I say something wrong? No, you didn't, Samuel. You're not in trouble. There's no use upsetting the boy. He doesn't understand. Teach him. So you need to understand that not everything is what it seems. Sometimes it just isn't just a story. Sometimes it's a way to try to get people and feel a certain way about a group of people. Moses, he's just a boy. This affects him too. He needs to know what is going on out there. What he needs is to be a child as long as possible and not worry about things like this. Things like what? Samuel, please go to your room. I need to speak with your father alone.
But yeah, man, recommend
Oh, he's sad.
to get the gunner perk, good consultation. It's great consultation. Highly recommend it. I do recommend a lot of people running it. It's a great consultation. But I would
Aw.
say around it later today. So if you have it, I'll play with you.
Samuel, I need to understand that there are people out there who want to hurt Jews just because they are Jewish. And sometimes they use meme pictures and sometimes stories like that, the one you learned about today, to convince people that Jews are bad people. I have something for you. I know how much you like fairy tales and foxes, so I got you this book about a brave fox called Reynard. He was my favorite when I was a boy. I love it. Thank you, Papa. May 1939. Look, Samuel, spring, the beautiful beginning, bringing new life.
It's kind of so fun.
And a time of renewal. Do you know what the Yiddish word for blossom is? It's Bulma. Oh, so is Bulma just like Mother's name? Exactly. Blossoms are a promise of a new beginning. No matter what happens, spring always comes, and with it, hope. September 1st, 1939. The Polish troops are fighting back against the Germans, but they are overwhelmed. Danzig has been taken by the Reich. Nazis have bombed Warsaw and Kharkov. My man, that's where Grandma and Grandpa are. They're in Krakow. Listen to me. Your Safta and Bube are very smart people. They'll be alright. I'm sure they escaped in time, and they have already fled to the countryside. Chaos is everywhere, and the worried citizens are fleeing. The British and French have issued Germany an ultimatum: withdraw. France will see buck off. You see, we won the Great War. The Germans are cowards. Vive la France! Vive la France! They'll be alright. Why don't you go back to the room and read your book for a while? I'll be in shortly to tuck you in. Yes, my mum.
Go. Hell yeah. Bro, I'm fucking shocked with
May 10th, 1940. That's sad. crazy how the game has like actual footage, and the black and white video is so crisp.
Little kids.
Trophy, July 1940.
No, I've been seeing 1.4.5.
Sam will come away from the window now.
I'm hitting this.
Mama, why is everyone leaving? Samuel, you have to understand it's a very scary time for Jewish people. We are all afraid that something bad will happen, and so many Jews are fleeing to friends and family and other places that might be safe. Are we going to flee? No, we're going to be brave and stay right here. But aren't you afraid? Of course I'm afraid, but that doesn't mean I'm not brave. Can you be brave with me, Samuel? Yes, ma'am.
Go home, take stuff off.
That's a good boy.
Off.
Samuel,
Please do.
it's not safe. We have nowhere to go. Moses, we're good as dead if we stay here.
Everyone might think I might be running, but I'm not.
What choice do we have? There has to be somewhere. What about the UK? Or we could go to America. You know, that won't work. They're denying us by the thousands and finding an excuse to turn us away. Going as far to label us spies, it's best that we just stay right here where it's safe rather than risk being caught or the very least becoming homeless with no place to go. I'm not letting my son live on the streets just because you're paranoid. Building Reynard. Finally done putting together the finishing touches on Samuel's toy fox. There's been so much going on lately, and Samuel has really been losing himself in the book I gave him, so I figured that he could use a friend. Now let's see, where do we start? I suppose we should start with the body.
But I will say this, Mello, they are imitating crossplay, so you won't be able to play with each other eventually, and that's fucking awesome. So if that ever happens, I will 100% play with you and Sam.
Now that we have the body, let's attach the head. Right, now where did that tail go? Okay, front paw first.
This fella is fucking awesome.
And let's give him back paws. He's perfect, better than I expected. Samuel will love this. Pretty fox. my son, just the boy I wanted to see. Now tell me, have you been enjoying the book I gave you? I have, Papa. Reynard is so fun and so brave. He is. You're absolutely right. I've been enjoying it so much. I read it almost 3 times now. It's my favorite. Which is why I made you this. You made me Reynard. I love it so much. Thank you, Papa. I will take him everywhere with me. You should. There are some scary things going on in the world right now, but whatever happens, Reynard will protect you. You just have to try and always be as brave as you can be, no matter what. With Reynard with me, I'm not afraid of anything. That's good to hear. Although I can't imagine your mother would become pretty scary if we didn't make it home on time. Trophy. May 1st, 1941. Ah, Bernard, my oldest friend, I haven't seen you in temple for quite some time. I was beginning to get worried about you. Where have you been? Oh, Moses, mon ami, I've done it. I really done it this time. What do you mean? What have you done? I found her. I found the one. You always think you found the one. Oh, nonsense. I was a fool before Moses. She's brilliant and beautiful, and unlike any woman I have ever met. She sounds like a fantastic Shiska. Did you meet her at a temple? See, that's the thing. She's a Christian. I see you're not thinking of converting, are you? It's really important to her and her family. You know me, I've never been terribly religious. Yes, but it would break your poor mother's heart if she were alive. I understand, but perhaps she would also see how happy this woman makes me, and how more rough I am with her, and she would support me. I can see you're upset, but like I said, I was never a particularly devout Jew. In fact, I never really considered myself very Jewish in the first place. I see myself as French, first and foremost. I just worry about you, is all. Jewish or not, you've always been like a brother to me since we met. If this woman is amazing, as you say, I will support you. I appreciate it, my brother. We must plan for a day for her to meet your wonderful family. Speaking of family, where is that nephew of mine? You keep hidden away in that dusty old shop of yours. Well, that might be him right now. Oh, afternoon, officer. What can I do for you? Afternoon. Are you Mr. Abramovich? I am. Is there a problem? I have a letter stating you must appear at Casimir Napoleon to examine your situation. Have a good day. I can't read that, but okay. One moment, officer. I don't understand. Have I done something wrong? No, sir. We are evaluating immigrant status. It's simply protocol. Excuse me. What was that about? Is everything okay? I'm not sure. What's that he gave you? You're being summoned to do what? You must appear because you're a Polish immigrant. You're French now, as French as I am. This is outrageous. You're not thinking of going, are you? I'm not sure. I'm a law-abiding citizen, and this is an official order. If I don't go, the consequences may be dire. I don't think I have any other options. It states you must bring a friend if you like. I'll be more happy to accompany you. Perhaps I can speak with someone and get to the bottom of this once and for all. I appreciate the offer, but it's probably nothing. I'll just have Bloma go with me. You have a wonderful wife, Moses. Why don't I bring over my future bride and meet her when this all blows over? Bernard, you poor slump. Bring her over. We would love to meet her. The law of October 3rd, 1940, on the status of Jews was a law enacted by France. The law was signed one day before the law regarding foreign nationals of the Jewish race, which marked the beginning of Vichy, France's collaboration with Nazi Germany for the extermination of the Jewish race. May 14th, 1941. I'm sure it's a simple formality. There's nothing to worry about. I don't know, Moses. Something just doesn't seem right. The paper reads, Mr. Abramovich is invited to present himself in person, accompanied by one member of his family or by one friend, at 7 in the morning on May 14th, 1941. For an examination of the situation, he is asked to provide identification. Those who do not present themselves on the set day and hour are liable for the most severe sanctions. This doesn't sound like a formality. What do you mean? I just don't see how you don't find this suspicious. Maybe you're right, but if I don't go, I will be in a lot of trouble, but we really should leave. I don't want to be late. Excuse me, officer, but what exactly is going on here? As it says on your card, you have been summoned here so that we may examine your situation. Waiting here and stand by your further instructions. You take this. You are to run home and gather these items and return with them as soon as possible. Why is my husband going somewhere? I'm not at liberty to say. Next. A bowl, a cup, food box, food stamps, towel, blankets, and sheets. Let's see. There we go. Food box. Cup. Bowl. Blankets. Sheets. Food stamps. Where's a towel? Ah, towel. Found it. Run, run, run. As fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man. Hmm. How far is this run?
I got signed into the athletic club there. It looked awesome in the store.
What is this about? We are holding him to review his situation. This is standard procedure. Return home and he will be in contact with you shortly. Trophy. Photo from the Green Ticket Roundup. The first mass arrest of Jews by Vichy France. Photo from German Federal Archive. Jewish men arriving at the Pitires for Transit camp in France. The last letter. Oh, Maria, is there something wrong? Would you mind if I came in? Of course. Can I get you anything? No, that's all right. I just want to bring you this. It says they're fled again, and they've been trying to seek refuge in the US and other countries, and we're denied. They won't tell me where they're going, but they said because France still has diplomatic relations with the US, they're going to travel to a small village in France to try and secure a US visa, and suggest we do the same while we still can. Bulma, I wouldn't worry too much about your parents. They seem like a smart, determined pair. I'm sure they will get to their destination just fine. And they will send word when they are safe. But I do think you and Samuel should get visas and try to meet them in the US. I can't flee, not without Moses. I can't just leave him. Listen to me. You can't be worrying about your parents or your husband at this time like this. The way things are going, the only thing you should be worrying about is safety and the well-being of your son. You think I'm not worrying about the well-being of my son? Marie, what if they catch wind that Samuel and I are trying to get a visa to the US and they show up tomorrow and take us away? Let's say by some miracle we do get visas. Then what? We get on a boat and sail to America just to get turned away? It's better than staying here like sitting ducks and handing over your son over to the Vichy government. Marie, I appreciate your advice. I really do. But I need to go open up the shop now. Excuse me. July 1941. Samuel, we need to leave. I don't want us to be late. Yes, ma'am. Don't forget your homework, son. I left it on the table for you. It's an old clip. queso being frozen. Bulma, how are you holding up? Oh, Mr. Grosjean, it's been tough, but I'm managing. Thank you for asking. I'm just taking Samuel to school before I came back and opened the shop. If you'd like to come back a little later. Well, I don't think that will be necessary. Oh, it's not an issue at all. I'll go quickly. It's only be a minute. That's not what I mean. I'm here to talk to you about this. I come to inform you that I apply to be the temporary administrator of your establishment. I don't understand. Put it bluntly, Jews can't be trusted with business anymore, so I'm here to tell you I'll be taking over your store. I don't believe what I'm hearing. You are our best customers. Moses thought of you as a friend, which I thought would make this all easier for you. You know how much I have always loved the store. It should be comfort knowing that I'm going to take good care of it. You got your hands full as it is, and I'm sure you don't want to get yourself into trouble. Thank you for the compliment. Appreciate it. How dare you take advantage of a poor Jewish family who'd never been anything but kind to you. It's not my decision, Bulma. It's just the law. You should be ashamed of yourself. Good day, Mr. Grosjean.
Could it please be something else? Some fucking legal
Hacking up the shop. First, they'll take away your husband and now your business. If we corporate, then the reason to come after us. Tell that to Moses. There's a food shortage as it is. Your ration stamps are almost gone, and without an income, you can't even buy meat on the black market. How are you going to feed your son, Bulma? You can't be so complaint. What choice do I have, Marie? I'm all alone, and I'm doing the best I can with what I have. It will be okay. You'll find a way. You can always sew from home. People always need a seamstress, even if at times like these. I'm sure at least this way you get to spend more time at home with your little Samuel. She's gone. I can't believe the love of my life left me. Bernard. I gave her everything. I converted for her, and she told me she wanted nothing to do with me. All because I was Jewish. My poor dead mother. Bernard, after everything we've been through, 2 whole weeks of bliss. Bernard, now is not the time to be blubbering on about whatever girl you've somehow convinced to put up with your nonsense this week. They take in Moses, and now the shop has been destroyed and taken away. Taking Moses? Taking Moses where? Well, if you would spend more time paying attention to what's going on in the world instead of chasing every woman who gives you the time of day, and you would know the police took Moses and many other Jewish men and shipped them off to camps. But how? Why? Who knows at this point? I bet it has something to do with our fight against Bosch. What will Bulma and Samuel do? I'm not sure. Lay low and wait for him to return, I suppose. What will you do if they come after you next? I have nothing to worry about. I'm French, and as of last week, a Christian. They have no reason to come after me. Bulma, is there anything I can do to help? Oh, hello, Bernard. Marcel should be back any second. Would you see if there's anything he needs? Ah, Marcel, I was told you needed some assistance. I could definitely use a hand back at the shop. Come with me. Let me help you out with that, Manami. My poor old back appreciates it, Bernard. This is the last of it. I just need a hand getting it all the back of the truck. morning. This puzzle is so weird. That should just about do it. Thank you. Poor Bulma. First her husband, now her shop. She's a strong woman, but I'm afraid of what's to come. You better be careful too, Bernard. What do you mean? They won't bother me. I'm French and I've converted. I am now a follower of Christ. I just worry about what's going on in the rest of the world. I heard whisperings that converting isn't enough. Well, luckily, this isn't the rest of the world. This is France. I am a proud Frenchman, and I have to accept Jesus Christ into my heart. I appreciate your concern, Marcel, but I will be fine. But I do have a favor to ask you. Yes? Will you watch out for Bulma for me, for Moses? Of course. Trophy. Playground bullies. Can I play with you? Didn't you read the sign? I can't play here beside my mother said I can't play with kids like you. Why not? I thought we were friends. I can't be friends with you anymore either. Why? What did I do? My dad says I can't be friends with dirty Jews. But I'm not dirty. I thought we were all going to play at your house together today. Don't let him in your house. He'll probably steal all your things. Greedy Jew. Yeah, why would I let a rat like you into my house? You're not allowed to hear anymore. The rat can go play with his own kind. This game is sad. Jacob. My daughter was arrested and sent to prison. Can you believe that? I'm so worried about her. Why was she arrested? Someone told the police she was a spy. Can you imagine my sweet daughter a spy? When do you think they'll let us go home? I'm so hungry. I barely eaten since we arrived. The food here is terrible, isn't it? The food here is terrible. Food is so terrible. I can't bear to have another bite. You wouldn't happen to have an extra blanket? What happened to yours? My wife packed in such a hurry she must have forgotten. I saw two men escaping way over there. I think you better go check it out. That's what you said yesterday. I realize this, but today I really did. Wouldn't you rather be safe than sorry? If I were you, I would go make sure. Moses. Jacob, I haven't seen you in quite some time. Where have you been? I tried to flee with my family. Where did you go? Well, not very far. I can tell you that much. One day while my wife was preparing supper, I had an impulse to bolt. I told my wife to drop what she was doing and put whatever she could into a bag and hop on a train. I left. Oh, Jacob, always so spontaneous. Where did you go? So we stopped at a small town in the countryside and befriend this old woman who allows us to stay with her for a little while. At the moment we're trying to locate family or gather up enough money to seek refuge in a different country, the woman politely asks us to leave. Then where did you go? That's the thing. We didn't have anywhere to go. We hopped on the train back home to our half-peeled potatoes, and that was just as we left them. And well, a few days later, here we are. I'm so sorry, Jacob. Bulma wanted to flee, but we had nowhere to go either, so we stayed. I wish I would have done the same, dragging my poor wife across France like some. It's always easier to look back and think of what we could have done, but the reality is you have to be the best man and the best husband you can be, and do what you think is right for your family and hope that's enough. I just feel like I let her down. If you think about it, it's the end of the day, Jacob. We're both in a godforsaken camp. Now let's grab some lunch before the policeman comes back. Trophy. December 5th, 1941. Jews in France. Why do they need an entire exhibit for this? What kind of... Hold on. I'll be right back. that were tried to push them is laughable. Where am I supposed to go? I want to win a bread card. Times are tough. They think they can identify us. Oh, I already read this part. Oh, there she is. I went to see what all the fuss was about. I still don't understand how people could look at these characters and take it seriously. What is this foolishness now? Haven't you heard? It's a very informative exhibit about the Jews in France. Nonsense. Where do I go? We have to be careful. Jews are like chameleons, and they look just like us. I'm undoubtedly convinced Jews need to be removed from France. How could you ever say that? They have just as much a right to be here as you do. That's it to everybody. Their baseless claims that we are tied is laughable. There we go. Trophy. Le Juif et la France was an anti Semitic propaganda exhibition that took place in Paris, funded by the Nazi propaganda office. The intent was to portray Jews as polluting French society, controlling the media, and responsible for Marxism and all the ills of society. It was also presented as a public service announcement to help French people recognize Jews by their physical appearance. May 1942. want that on my clothes. The kids already make fun of me, and now I'm going to stand out. It's the law. You can't break the law, or the consequences will be far worse than a few billies. Why do they want us to wear them at all? Well, Samuel, they want to be able to identify us right away. Well, why? No more questions now. Be a dear and run and grab my clothes from the other room. That's my favorite little helper. Come on, Samuel. I'll give you a hand. I know you're confused right now, Samuel, but your mother's going through a very rough time right now. Rougher than you can imagine. I need you to do me a big favor and listen to her the best you can. All right, now be a dear and run to your mother while I gather more clothes, will you? Trophy. Bernard the babysitter. Let's see. Oh, thank you so much for coming for such notice. Bernard, I just really need this job Marie found for me. Of course, you don't think I would miss the chance to hang out with Mom Petite Ami? I really have to go, Samuel, but be good for Bernard, okay? I'll be back soon. He's been really down lately. He barely eats and he barely speaks. All he wants to do is read that book of his with his toy fox. I'm really worried maybe you could have a talk with him. I'll see what I can do. Not even a bonjour for old Bernard? Oh, hi, Bernard. Sorry, I was reading. What have you got there? Reynard? And what's this about? It's about a very brave fox who goes on heroic adventures. I see. And this? That's Reynard. Papa made it for me. He said he would protect me. What's wrong, Mom Petite Champion? I wish Papa would come home. I do too, Samuel. It's okay to be sad sometimes. Even I get sad. But you know what I do? Well, I march myself down to the cafe and wait for a beautiful girl to walk by. And I walk right up to her and I say, hello, I am Bernard. May I buy you a cafe? Ew, girls. Oh, you think that now. You just wait till you meet the girl who makes your heart pound so hard you pray she can't hear it. And everything suddenly falls into place and the world seems brighter. And you realize the day you can finally marry her cannot come soon enough. Why aren't you married, Bernard? Oh my boy, love is so much more complicated than that. Sometimes you meet the one who makes you feel like you can't live without them, and suddenly you have to learn how. Well, it's getting late. What do you say if I cook a nice hearty meal? Trophy. The debate. Moses, are you awake? I am now. When we get out of here, are you going to take your family to Zion? I don't think so. In my opinion, France is the safest place for us. After being rounded up and forced to work in this godforsaken camp, how can you sit there and pretend that France is safe heaven for Jews? I don't want to debate with you right now, Jacob. I'm not looking for a debate. I'm looking for comfort. I want to know that my friend and his family are going to be safe. France has welcomed Jews since Napoleon. Napoleon despised us. So, you do want to debate. There's no debate about it. Everything he did was for political gain. He gave us equality when all our other nations seek to oppress us. He cared about Jews just as France does. Calling us the most despicable of mankind isn't caring, and neither is shipping us off to camps for that matter. This is just a war, Jacob. You're young. You will learn. It's not just war, Moses. Look at Dreyfus. He was loyal to France from the very beginning. Then was blamed for crimes he didn't commit and thrown on some island about 45 years, all because being a Jew was an easy target. You don't get away with something like that unless there's some deep-seated anti-Semitism. But then what did he do? Once he was pardoned, he re-enlisted and fought for his country when they needed him most. This is a great nation founded on the principles of freedom and equality. Freedom and equality. The fact that we're in here while they're out there speaks volume. What do you think you're doing? The same thing I do every day, sip un café, lunch, and then have it myself a station. Now let me ask you this second question. Why are you doing here? You think you're funny? How about you leave the cafe before we don't want you here? How about you leave the country because the French people don't want you here? It's hard to believe people like you are taking over the world. I have very little interest in such things. My only concern right now is indulging in a warm cafe. Now, if you'll excuse me. They're right, you know. It's all here in this book. Your kind is pursuing world domination. What exactly do you mean by your kind? I mean, a Jew, of course. It's right there on your shirt. See? That's where you're wrong, one on me. This is all a misunderstanding. I am a Christian. Even without the yellow star, I know a Jew when I see one. Well, I think you need to get your eyes checked. You can ask anyone. I am as French as they come. I wouldn't come here to enjoy a session every day if I was Jewish. Now would I? Absurdite. You can't believe anything he says. The Jew is trying to trick us, but thanks to this book, he will soon be exposed. If you actually believe that this propaganda, then you're more gullible than this pluck. Lucky for you, I seem to have lost my appetite. Trophy. The Protocols of the Elders of Zion is one of the most notorious anti-Semitic books of modern times. It was the first published in Russia in 1903. In 1920, Henry Ford, founder of the Ford Motor Company, published a series of articles based on the Protocols, the International Jew. Test. Okay, let's try again. According to Nuremberg race laws, someone with 3 or 4 Jewish grandparents was considered a Jew. Michelang's was considered mixed race people, and Michelin was neither German or Jewish. They were people with 1 or 2 Jewish grandparents. Michelins were not allowed to marry Germans and mixed races. The party promised when they would come to power that only racially pure Germans would have German citizenship. On August 17, 1938, the German government set name requirements for Jews in Germany. Only Jews could be given Jewish names. The parents had to choose from a government approved list. If a Jew did not have a name from that list, they must add an additional first name: Israel for men and Sarah for women.
What book is Sap?
Oh man, who could that be in this hour? Bernard, is everything okay? Any word from Moses? Fortunately not, Miss Sherry, but I was hoping we could have a chat. Of course, please come in. It's so late. Little Samuel has already gone to bed. Is there something wrong? I'm not sure. You see, most of my life I practiced Judaism because I knew it would make my dear mother happy. But since my Himir has passed, I saw no reason to return. Yes, I heard from Moses. He was tremendously opposed at first, but he came around to the idea. I'm so sorry to hear she wasn't the one.
Yeah, it's the stick middle school I went to. That's whole fucking bad.
This is such a sad story. It's not even that. When I converted, I felt so free and safe. Not only could I eat sakushin without guilt, but I felt like I would be free and clear of all this persecution. I was no longer sitting at home worried the police would barge in and arrest me.
That I can just run this thing.
But now I feel the same. It's not worse. Mavisheta left me. My best friend has been taken away. Everyone is treating me as if I were Jewish, saying awful things, jeering in my direction, and worst of all, what is it, Bernard? I am banned from the cafe. I feel like being banned from the cafe isn't necessarily the worst part, but I'm sorry you feel like your world is being turned upside down. Forgive me, Bulma. I'm so self censored and such an Hello? Okay, it's working. Forgive me, Bulma. I am self centered and such an imbecile crying over my own problems. When I came to elevate some of yours, I bought you some of my ration cards, and as you can probably gather, I haven't had much of my appetite lately. Oh, Bernard, I really can't. Absent, I insist, and in any case, I want to make sure you and that growing boy of yours is eating. Listen to me, Bulma. You're a strong woman, a loyal wife, and an amazing mother. You remind me of my own. Kind and resilient till the very end. I was so lost without her, which is why I moved to France after she passed. But I thought you were French? I am, but I was given French citizenship while I was living in Algeria. After witnessing the horrors that took place during the Constantine riots, Algeria never felt safe to me. But still, I say, knowing what leaving home would be due to my mother. I sat Shiva, then I packed my bags, changed my name from Messaud to Bernard, and embraced this beautiful country as my home. I just never knew that this beautiful country would turn on me too. While I talk your ear off enough, I better go home now. Bernard, are you sure you're feeling well enough to walk home? You're worrying me. Don't worry about me. They can take my rights, but they can't take my succession. Convey 4th of June 25th, 1942. Moses and Jacobs are deported to Auschwitz. They do not survive.
Yeah, I'm getting out of here. Don't worry.
July 16th, 1942.
Gotta catch them first. Okay, so what do I want? Tell me what I want again.
Convoy 13 for July 31st, 1942.
You don't got another one? Holy shit, I do. Now all I need to do is go to the sandbox.
Why do we have all of our
This is
things,
the
Mom?
sandbox
Are
zone.
we leaving? I think so, Samuel. Where are we going? I don't know. But be sure to stay close, okay? Whatever happens, don't let go of my hand. Listen up. We're taking the woman today and leaving the small children behind.
Oh,
Samuel.
boom, boom.
Bulma was deported to Auschwitz. She does not survive. Convoy 14 of August 3, 1942.
God, I gotta love to see it. Alright, so where I need to go? This shit called the sandbox. I didn't
Sam
even
was
see.
reported to Auschwitz. She does not survive. Around 77,000 Jews from France died in concentration camps or killing centers, and the majority are Auschwitz.
Shit, I'm good.
Moses and Bulma would have grown old together. Bernard would have eventually found the one and had a family. Samuel would have become a children's author. Six million lives were lost. Mothers that never got to become grandmothers, children that never got to grow up, families that are forever erased from history. Wow, that was actually a really touching game. Hi. Not much. Just finish a game. This is the end credits. It's called Light Between Darkness. It's focused on the it's based on the Holocaust. It's a free game on PS5. I want to see if I platinum it. Thank you to Ralph Baer for inventing video games. Ralph Baer was born in 1922 in Germany. At age 14, he was expelled from school due to anti-Jewish legislation implemented by Nazi Germany. Baer family's fearing increasing persecution moved from Germany to New York City in 1938. 2 months before Chris Stolna, Baer in 1966, while being an employee at Sanders Associate, explored the possibility of playing games on television screens. In 1971, his invention was licensed the Magnavox and called the Magnavox Odyssey. I was reading that. Platinum. Let's go. I got a platinum. The Light and the Darkness. That's the game.